Hi, my name is Bibek Adhikari. I am your English instructor. In today's class, we are going to solve the writing portion of Unit 7, that is, how to write a news report. So, let's begin. Right, in this class, we will learn how to write a news report. Before doing that, we must learn some of the key elements of news report. So, let's begin by understanding some of the key elements that are used in news report. Key elements. So we use a lot of technical words like headline or byline, placeline, lead, body, quotation. So we use technical words like these when we are talking about the news reports. So whenever we are going to draft something, some news, we use these different elements from headline to quotation, right? So we have headline, byline, placeline, lead, body, and quotation. Now, one by one, let us now study and analyze and understand what these different elements mean. So these are the 6 different elements that we use whenever we are talking about news report, whenever we are writing about any kind of news, right? So now my concern is, let us now understand these different elements. So let's begin. Let's start from the headline. I'm sure you have heard this word many times. Now let me ask, what is a headline? It is the first line, the big bold lines that you see in newspapers, right? Usually written in caps lock, caps on, So a headline, what is the function of headline? It catches your attention, right? It catches your attention. Also, it sums up the story. So what does it do? It does 2 things. So what does it do? It does 2 things. One, it catches your attention, and the second is it sums up the story. It is like, someone shouting, as you can see in the figure. Headline literally shouts. It is in a way screaming. It says, okay, look here, and look at the story, read this. Bus mishap kills 40. Now it catches your attention. You want to learn, how this bus mishap happened. You want to learn why these many people, are dead. So it sums up the story. What is the story all about? It is about bus mishap killing 40 people. So that's all. That is the story all about. So it's like a person shouting, in a loud way. That is headline. Now the second key element that we will talk about is byline. And what does byline do? Byline contains the writer's name. So it gives you the writer's name, writer's information. Also, it contains a writer's speciality, like what? Sports. Maybe the writer is a sports writer, or maybe the writer is a food writer, or maybe a crime writer or current event writer. So it gives that kind of information. So what kind of information? Right? Byline is the general information about the writer. So headline shouts. What does headline do? Headline shouts at you, yells at you. It catches your attention. It sums up the story. Byline is all about writer. Maybe the writer is a sports writer, or maybe the writer is a crime writer. So byline tells all about the writer. Headline, in fact, shouts. Byline gives you information about the writer. Now let's study about the placeline. Now placeline is where the story took place, right? Placeline is where the story takes place. Maybe the story takes place somewhere in Nepal, so we don't know. So it is where the story takes place. Where does the story take place? Now we have another element which is called the lead, or simply lead. What does lead do? That is my question. The lead does nothing but it gives the opening section to the readers. Also, it gives most important information, gives most important information. The lead should also do another thing, and that is it should answer most of the 5W1H questions. It should answer most of the 5W1H questions. So what does the lead do? The lead gives you many information. So whenever you read something, you get information, right? So lead is the information, it is the source. Place line is where the story takes place, while lead gives the most important, most significant information. It is also known as the first paragraph or the opening section. So the first paragraph is called the lead. Now, lead also does have another function, and which is it answers. What does it do? It answers most of the 5W1H questions. 5W and 1 how questions are answered. Now we come to the fifth part of the key elements, which is called the body, or simply body. Now what does body do? Body supplies details. Body is the most important part after the lead. So most important details come first. Most important detail come first. Afterwards, simple, true statements are used. So this is body. So we are talking about this body, not that body. Well, the body, it supplies details, as you can see in the picture. The picture has got some details. So it supplies, jokes apart, it supplies details. Most important details come first. So it's like first most important details, then later not so important details. Simple, true statements are used. We are not going to write fiction. This is not poetry class. It is about writing simple news report. So always use simple, lucid, plain statements, but true statements. Finally, we come to the last element of news report writing, which is called quotation. What is it called? It is called quotation. Quotation is what someone actually said. It also adds accuracy. It also adds at the scene feeling. What does it add? It adds at the scene feeling. So this kind of feeling is added. Quotation. You see, quotation is what someone said. What did you say? So what did this person say? That is kept inside the quotation. And something like at the scene, kind of feeling is given. So that's why we use quotation at the end of news report writing. It could be something that the minister said. It could be if there's a bus mishap. It could be something that what local police inspector said, or it could be what the locals or eyewitnesses said. So what quotation does is it adds accuracy in your news report writing. It also adds the at the scene kind of feeling. So this is what someone said. Correct? Now let us study an example and let's find out, let's try to find out these 6 different elements in the example. Let us now study an example of a news report. Car thief caught trapped in target vehicle. Let us now also analyze the different kind of elements that we just studied. So what is this? If I ask you, what is this? What is it? It is a headline. Very good. So this is the headline, car thief caught trapped in target vehicle. Now let's revise. What does headline do? It catches your attention and it sums up the story. Car thief caught trapped in target vehicle. We already know what the news report is all about. After reading this headline, we also know that this story could be interesting. After that comes Gym Day staff reporter. So what is this? This is what we call a byline. What is a byline? Byline is the writer's name simply, and writer's speciality. What is his speciality? Is a staff reporter. And Wednesday, February 25, 2017, there is a name to this, although we did not study. It is also called Dateline. What is it called? Dateline. We didn't study about this because it is simply, the news reports date. After that, Kathmandu. What is it called? It is called Placeline. So this is the Placeline. Where did the news report, this thing took place? Where did it, take place? It took place in Kathmandu. A bungling Indian car thief was nabbed after accidentally locking himself in the vehicle he was trying to steal, police said Wednesday. Now, let me ask you, what is this? So, what is this? It is called the hook. That's another name to that. It is also called the lead. Now let's understand about lead. So the first sentence is called the hook. A bungling Australian car thief was nabbed after accidentally locking himself in a vehicle he was trying to steal, police said Wednesday. Wow, now that's something interesting you say, and you're hooked into the news report. And that's why it is called the lead, because it leads you somewhere to supporting paragraphs, to more details, right? Now let's study about this lead now. So the lead is here. What does lead do? It catches readers' interest and most important information. It also introduces topic and answers most of the 5W1H questions. All 5W1H questions, most of them are answered by this paragraph. Aren't they answered? So when question is answered, how is answered, why is answered, when is answered. Now let's go on reading this one. Police were called to a house in Balazoo after two thieves were heard trying to steal a car. On arrival, they were surprised to find a 53-year-old man hiding inside the vehicle. What is this called? This is called the body. Very good. This is called the body. Body gives them detailed information and significant details followed by less significant details. That is the rule. Let us now go on studying this news report. We come to this part. So remember the use of quotation marks. That's why this part is called quotation. Very good. The man, while breaking into the car, had locked himself in the car and couldn't get out, Kathmandu Metropolitan Police said. Who said? Kathmandu Metropolitan Police said, adding a second thief was found hiding in the nearby bushes. So this is what we call quotation. What is it called? Quotation. So we studied about 6 different elements, and we also studied how these 6 different elements are actually used in a news report writing. They are used in this news report writing. Yeah, they are well used. Now let's study about these 6 different elements in detail, one by one, starting from the headline. So we have elements, we have definition, and maybe examples, not always, but some examples. So what is a headline? Let's revise. Headline is the first line. What does it do? It catches attention. Very good. What could be? So let's write one example of the headline. Bus mishap kills 40. This could be one headline, just for example, So byline, what is a byline? Byline is writer's name and sometimes writer's info or speciality, maybe like sports writer, food crime writer, and stuff like that. Any name, it could be, say, Jeremy Brown. Remember Jeremy Brown from Mind Your Language? Okay, Jeremy Brown. Then comes the place line. What is a place line? Place line is where the story takes place, where the story begins. So it could be any place in the world. It could be Jumla, it could be Kathmandu, it does not matter. Let's summarize. Let's go on summarizing. Starting from elements, then definition, and some examples if examples are necessary. So after that we have the lead. What is the lead? Lead is the opening section. It is also called the first line, and sometimes it is also called the hook because it literally hooks you to the paragraph. Most of the 5W 1H questions are answered in this section, and it should give most important information first. So, what is the hook? A hook can be something like this. A bus na ek car 4526 traveling from Kathmandu to Pokhara skidded off the road in Mogling. Right, this could be one sample. A bus Nike car 4526 traveling from Kathmandu to Pokhara skidded off the road in Mogling. So it was raining, the visibility was low, stuffs like that. You can write yourself, right? So this is called lead. It is called lead because it hooks you. So it should be catchy. And there's another rule. What is the rule? The rule is most important information followed by what? Followed by less important stuff. So first, most important information followed by less important stuffs. Let's go on studying about this elements, these different elements. Now we have body. What does body do? Body supplies detail. Body also, same rule, most important information first. Same rule is applied. So as a classwork right now, I want you to circle the body paragraphs from the sample news report that you have in your book. So take out your book, go to the page where there is the sample news, and as a classwork right now, circle the body paragraphs and come back and continue. We'll continue with this lesson, correct? Right, did you circle all the body paragraphs? Very good. Now we talk about facts. So what are facts? Facts are simple, true statements. Bus mishap kills 40 now. That number is fact. So as a classwork, once again, I want you to go to that newspaper report and underline 4 facts right now. Go, do it. Underline 4 facts and come back and we'll continue once again. All right, do it. Go underline 4 facts. How many facts? 4 facts from your newspaper report. Pause this video. Go underline 4 facts. Now we come to the last section, which is called quotation. What is quotation? Quotation is what someone actually said. Quotation, what does quotation do? Quotation adds accuracy. Quotation also gives this, like I said earlier, at the scene kind of feeling. So this is what quotation does. Now as a classwork right now again, so I'm giving a lot of classwork today. As a classwork, I want you to underline the quotations that you find in your news report writing from your book, that you find in your book, right? So go and just underline the quotations. I'll be right here. Pause the video, go and underline the quotations. Good. Now that we have studied one sample news report, and we also found out some of the elements used in the news report writing, we also underlined and circled some of those elements from the text, from the sample news report that was given in our book. I now should give you some homework, and your homework is going to be pretty simple. It's nothing difficult, It's going to be pretty simple. Cut one of one of the news reports from an English daily, paste it on your notebook and find out the 6 elements of news report writing. So this is your homework. Pretty easy, I must say. All you have to do is cut one of the news reports from an English daily. Could be Kathmandu Post, it could be Republica, it could be the Rising Nepal Annapurna Post. So it could be Kathmandu Post, or Republica. It could be Rising Nepal, or the English edition of Annapurna Post, which is called Anna Note, right? So from any of these English dailies, I want you to cut one of the news reports, any news report, which news report does not matter, and paste it on your notebook and find out the 6, at least there are 6 elements of news report writing. I want you to find out those 6 elements of news report writing. Good? That's your homework. With this, we have come to end of today's class. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video series, do write us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you.